G'day, Jono from Oztrack. Just here with some spark plugs and coils off an LS motor, and I'm just going to run through some of the things to look for when having a look at these systems. So quite often we'll get cars coming in with a misfire, and more often than not they've just had exhaust work done. So if you've just had headers done and caps or anything like that and you've suddenly got a misfire, this is more than likely going to be the cause, and it's not that hard to look at yourself. So when you're looking at spark plugs, this is a genuine spark plug. You want to be looking at this ceramic here and the tips. So this one is used, but it's still okay. We go to this one. As you can see here, we've got very fine cracks. Now, it may not look like enough to actually cause an issue, but that was causing a misfire. So if you pull any out and they have anything like that, you need to replace them. This one here is another one with the same sort of cracking, but a lot worse. And then it also shows the example of what happens to the electrode as they get old. So you can see it's actually gone. It's melted away. And that's obviously no good either. And then those two are more of an example of just old age. This one's an example of what you might find if you've accidentally knocked it when doing exhaust work. Extremely common to happen, but if you've got a crack in that, that'll cause you misfire as well. So when you go to buy your new spark plugs, they'll often come in a box like that, and when you pull them out, that's a new spark plug. So even from brand new, you want to be checking them. So every plug is not common, but it's not uncommon to actually have them sort of have defects that aren't going to be what you want in your motor. So you want to be checking the ceramic, that it's got no marks on it. You want to be checking the gap. So very cheap tool, this disc here. They're about $1 from Super Cheap or anything, and you can check your gap. So these TR6 plugs gap them about 1 mil, but you want to check every single spark plug before they go in, even if they're brand new. Another thing that's sort of a bit debatable of whether you should use copper coat or not. An anti-seize is okay, but it's critical that you only get it on the threads. Again, we've had several situations where they've put new spark plugs in and suddenly got a misfire. And what's happened is when they put the copper coat on it or anti-seize, it's actually got a bit on that electrode and it's caused it not to work and cause a misfire. So if you are going to use anti-seize on it, just really make sure it only goes on thread and you don't need that much. Another cause of problem is your leads. So very common when you're trying to pull them off, you can actually pull the back out of them as they get old and brittle. So if you pull them off and you see anything like that, that's no good. You'd go buy a new set of leads. You can have a choice when you buy them with a shield or without a shield. Normally you can save yourself a few bucks, get it without, simple to change, just slide it off and onto the new one. So simple as that, then that's ready to go on. Another thing to look for as well is that these can sometimes get cracks in it and then start arcing out on the shield. So that's another thing just to look at as well. And then just with the coils, very, very rare that you'll have an issue with these. So if you do have a misfire, some people just go out and replace a coil. They're expensive and they don't really fail, but these ones here are off a VF, and very late VEs will have this style here. They're more of a round coil, and these ones here are what you'll typically find on a VE, on most VEs, except for the very last ones. So they come, you can buy them individually, but as I said, these are extremely rare to fail, and you really want to be looking at your spark plugs and leads. So if that's sort of something that you're not confident in doing, happy for you to come down to us and we can take care of it for you.